Hi, Adrian the Bee Farmer here with Ecrotek Beekeeping Supplies, and today's a very exciting day. So we're going to be removing a crop of honey today, and we're going to show you two different ways we do that, starting with brushing off the bees and transferring them into a box so that we can take back and extract. So what I've done, I've got the smoker lit here, I've got the bee brush, and I've got my hive tool. So all I'm going to do is give the bees a very light smoke at the front, calm any bees down, undo our strap and get it out of the way, and make sure you're not going to trip over the strap when you're working around the hive. And the first thing we want to do when we're taking honey off bees is we want to make sure that it's capped, at least 70% of the frame is capped honey. Beautiful. Okay, so if you have a look at this frame here, we're well and truly more than 70% capped, and this slight uncapped bit here, what we want to do with that is we're going to brush these bees off, and we're going to do what they call the shake test. Now the reason we do this is because the bees draw moisture out of the honey, and it needs to be drawn down sort of below 14% or 17% moisture content. Otherwise, if it's too high in moisture, there is a chance the honey can ferment and go off. So we want to make sure it's going to be nice and right for our customers. So I've just brushed the bees gently off that frame, and I'm just going to give it the shake test. I'm just shaking these open cells down onto the top of the bars, and there's no honey coming out of there, which tells me the moisture content and the honey is ripe enough that we can now extract this and use it for our jarring up for customers. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to prepare my box here. This is just a standard box with some frames, ready to replace the frames we're taking off. I've got a lid in here to keep the bees out. And I think today we're going to take 4 frames of honey off this beehive, and we're going to leave it with plenty of food. So as you can see, I've got the Ecrotek base on here, and I find they're very handy because I can actually close, it's all closed off. So the bees can't get into the honey that I'm taking off them. And any honey that drips down will go into the bottom catch trays, and I can easily pull them out and clean them when I get home. Just lightly, what I'm doing is just actually flicking the bees up. I'm not actually rolling the bees and upsetting them on the frame. I'm just flicking them up in front of the hive so that they can go straight back in and be happy in there. And once I've put a frame of honey in there, I'm just going to cover that over, stop bees going in there. And we'll pick our next frame. Yeah, you can see that one's well and truly capped. Beautiful, nice, fresh, ripe honey ready to harvest. So I'll flick off any other little bees around. So that's 2 frames there. These are pre-waxed frames ready to go. So this time of year, it is springtime, so I don't have a lot of time to be putting foundation on. So I'm just putting in some pre-waxed frames straight off the bat. I don't want to squash all these bees, so I'm just going to tap them out in front of the entrance of the hive, and they can make their way back in. It's as easy as that. So what we're going to do now is we'll go to another hive, and I'll show you another method using an escape board. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe.